boil. Then she carried it down to the courtyard. Swiftly, silently, she moved from jar to jar and poured scalding oil into each one. The oil was so hot that the robbers were killed instantly, before they could even cry out. At midnight, when the sheik threw his pebbles from the upstairs window, he could not understand why his men did not spring from their jars, waving their swords. Thinking they must have fallen asleep, he crept into the courtyard to awaken them. He was shocked when he discovered that his companions were all dead, and fled at once to the forest to work out a new plan of revenge. In the morning, Morgiana told her master what she had done. Ali Baba was so grateful to her that he made her his chief housekeeper. Then, with the help of another servant, he dug a great pit in his garden and buried the 37 bodies, and life returned to normal once more. A fortnight later, Ali Baba's son, who now looked after Cassim's old shop, said to his father,
"I have recently become acquainted with a merchant who is also new to the market. I have shared a midday meal with him for 5 days now, without returning his hospitality. Perhaps we could hold a fine feast in his honor, Papa?"
Thus it was that the sheik, disguised in a long beard, came to be invited to eat in the house of the man he planned to kill. The moment she saw him, however, the wise Morgiana guessed who he really was and why he had come, especially when she noticed a dagger partly hidden in the folds of his robe. After dinner, Morgiana appeared before the company, dressed as a dancer in her finest garments. "In honor of our guest and with my master's permission, I would like to perform a sword dance from my own country." As Abdullah, the chef, beat time on his tambour, Morgiana stood before the sheik and began swaying back and forth. Her feet moved faster and faster in time to the drumbeat as she whirled the sharp sword around her head in flashing circles. The sheik was entranced and had a dumb smile on his face. Reaching into his purse, he pulled out a gold dinar and held it out to Morgiana. The slave girl danced closer, but instead of grasping the coin, she seized the sheik's wrist and pulled him forward. The sword flashed, and the next instant the sheik lay dead on the carpet, his head at Ali Baba's feet. Ali Baba cried out in distress.
"Oh! Morgiana, what have you done? This man was an honored guest in my house. We shall be ruined forever."
"Master, I have saved your life. Your guest was none other than the sheik, the captain of the 40 thieves who came to murder us in the night. Your brother Cassim is avenged." As she said this, she removed the false beard from the dead man's face and pointed to the dagger hidden in his robe. When Ali Baba saw that his guest was indeed the oil seller and the sheik of thieves, he realized that Morgiana had saved his life yet again. From that day on, Ali Baba's wealth knew no bounds, for now that the 40 thieves were dead, all the treasures of their cavern belonged to him. Ali Baba, overcome by joy, gave Morgiana her freedom, along with half his wealth, and offered to outfit a caravan to escort her back to her own country. But Morgiana had no wish to return to Africa. Her future lay in Baghdad. Ali Baba cried,
"Morgiana, my child, my daughter, will you be my daughter in very truth, and marry this handsome young man, my son?"
Morgiana agreed, and the wedding took place that very day. There was much feasting and rejoicing in the house. In time, Ali Baba revealed the secret of the cave to his son, and his son to his son, and they shared their riches wisely and generously, so that Allah blessed them, every one of them, and the whole city loved and honored them dearly for the rest of their days. Thus, through the grace of Allah, Ali Baba the woodcutter and the slave girl Morgiana both achieved wealth and good fortune, and so lived happily ever after. The end.